I think the big surprise, in a sense, is Nirmala Sitharaman will now be the finance minister of the country. There was a sense that perhaps Amit Shah would be taking up that post.
Well, we always had a health warning as far as these portfolios were concerned to wait for the official list to come out. And the big promotion really has come, for Nirmala Sitharaman, who was the defense minister earlier, but has now jumped to the finance portfolio, which is very, very high profile. And this was completely unexpected. And yes, it was completely unexpected. But she's got finance and corporate affairs, and you know, has been promoted in a big way. The other, of course, big promotion and inclusion is Dr. Jayashankar, the former foreign secretary, who is now the Minister for External Affairs with full cabinet rank. So he is replacing Sushma Swaraj. It's the first time a former IFS officer has been made a cabinet minister, and that's extremely important. The other fact is that Rajnath Singh, in a sense, has been, well, for want of a better word, kind of moved down from that #2 post. He was Home Minister, of course, and is now Defence Minister, and the Home Ministry is the de facto #2 position after the Prime Minister. So Rajnath Singh, you know, slightly moving away there from that. Nitin Gadkari still retaining his road transport and highways portfolio. Apart from that, we have seen that Piyush Goyal, who was many believed would actually become Finance Minister, is still, you know, keeping the railways portfolio. But in addition to that, he is also keeping the Commerce Ministry. He's going to have the Commerce Ministry now under him. So he's keeping railways, but is getting commerce and industry as well. Prakash Javadekar is going to be the new INB Minister and continue with the Environment Ministry, which he held earlier. Smriti Irani, the big giant killer, as we've been talking about, who defeated Rahul Gandhi in Amethi. She is going to continue in the Ministry of Textiles, but also be the Women and Child Development Minister, which is what Maneka Gandhi held in the last government. Ravi Shankar Prasad continues as Law Minister and in IT, which he held. Harsimrat Badal continues in food processing. So if I'm just going through this list as we speak, Dr. Harshvardhan is back as Health Minister. Good choice, many would say. Mukhtar Naqvi continuing in Minority Affairs. Dharmendra Pradhan continuing in Petroleum and Natural Gas. So apart from 2 or 3 changes, there are you know, many ministers who seem to be continuing with their old portfolios, Vishnu. But even Ramvilas Paswan, and of course Amit Shah, Home Affairs.
What about the post of President of the BJP? Is there likely to be a change there? Because there's a sense that he could continue with both posts.
That is what is not clear at the moment. JP Nadda is among those who has emerged as a possible front runner to be the BJP president if the BJP does go for a change. Now, traditionally, the party has held 2 important principles till now. One is one person, one post, which the Prime Minister and Amit Shah have spoken about repeatedly as well. And the other is that they've normally not had a BJP president, the same person, for more than 2 terms. So if they do hold on to these principles, then Amit Shah, yes, would be moving away from the party. Mr. Nadda was a minister in the previous government. He's not made a minister now, and that has of course increased speculation that he could then possibly be the BJP president. And, you know, obviously whoever is BJP president, I think Amit Shah would still continue to have a considerable degree of influence. He's clearly the #2 in this government. That was never in any doubt, and by being appointed Home Minister, that has been sort of underlined once again by the Prime Minister. But the big surprise really is Nirmala Sitharaman as Finance Minister. She has, you know, seen a huge, you know, a trajectory where she has really, you know, seen a huge rise in the BJP, in the party structure, in the ministry, and you know, it's interesting to see that. And finance, as I said, was something that was not expected at all, and it's going to be quite a challenge ahead, not just for her, but for the government. With the economy the way that it is. You've got the GDP numbers coming out today. Yeah. They're not expected to be great. So, you know, it's a big responsibility on Nirmala Sitharaman's shoulders.
No, but Nidhi,
so
just in terms of what you're mentioning, the trajectory of growth, in a sense, not just of the economy, but of Nirmala Sitharaman has been incredible, from being party spokesperson to being the defense minister of the country to now being corporate affairs and of course the finance minister of the country. Her rise within the BJP and this government has been absolutely incredible.
It has. I mean, she started as a party spokesperson. She's a JNU alumnus, by the way, and she started as a party spokesperson just a few years earlier and turned out to be a very effective, articulate spokesperson for the BJP. And then we saw her becoming part of the Modi 1 government. She was in the Commerce Ministry as well. And, you know, from there we saw her moving to defense and, you know, now to finance. So it really has been a great leap for her. she, is someone who has seen a terrific trajectory in her career. So that is the big promotion everyone will be looking at, and that is going to be a very, very key portfolio given the state of the economy and the challenges that lie ahead with the possible slowdown, which the Finance Ministry itself has talked about. All eyes will really be on her. And, as we said, that really is the big headline. We always knew Amit Shah was either going to become Home Minister or Finance Minister. So he is now the Home Minister of India. Rajnath Singh moving to defence, as we said, a slight sort of demotion for him in a sense after being the number 2 all these years. And Dr. Jayashankar, the new Foreign Minister of India, that's the other key portfolio, Vishnu. And you have the former Foreign Secretary, for the first time a former IFS officer becoming a Cabinet Minister. And Mr. Jayashankar, of course, someone whom the Prime Minister trusts, has worked with very closely. He got a 1-year extension as Foreign Secretary as well under Mr. Modi. He is responsible for the very close relationship that India has with the United States. He's been ambassador to the US, to China, and with key countries, he has personally sort of overseen the transformation of India's relationship in the last 5-6 years. So he certainly has Mr. Modi's ear and has a huge responsibility as well ahead of him.